Yo, what's up? This your boy Devin G watches it all, and you already know, you just never know when I'm gonna upload. So today, we about to watch 30 terrifying animals that you are glad are extinct. I feel like there are so many things out there in this world, man. When you think you found it all out, man, you just never know. You know how it goes down, man. If you're not a part of the fam, smash that thumbs up, like, share, and comment. You know, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Let's get to it.
Extinction is a very serious issue facing our world today. However, when it comes to some of these extinct animals, we have to admit, we're kind of glad they're gone. If you have a phobia for bugs, worms, or snakes, you will be unhappy to know that our ancestors faced and survived worse creatures. Today, let's check out the top 30 terrifying animals we are so glad are extinct. DUNKLEOSTEUS. This extinct creature was a large carnivorous fish which lived 380 to 360 million years ago during the late Devonian period. It was an efficient and voracious predator thanks to its size. A DUNKLEOSTEUS could reach up to 10 meters in length and weigh 4 metric tons. On the bright side, despite its enormous size, its head and chest were covered with articulated armor plates, which made it a slow but very powerful swimmer. Dinosaurs. Sounds like sucker of dinosaurs. I wonder why. This scary monster is an extinct animal similar to modern-day alligators and crocodiles. It lived between 80 and 73 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. Measuring up to 12 meters in length and weighing 6.5 metric tons, this giant crocodile had large, sharp teeth. Dinosaurs was capable of killing and eating large dinosaurs. It also had a preference for sea turtles, fish, and other aquatic and terrestrial prey.
When you come to get food, it's in the water, so you dead.
This short-faced bear is an extinct wild animal that inhabited North America during the Pleistocene era. It is one of the most recent creatures on the list, as it roamed Earth until 11,000 years ago. Despite this, its size is characteristic of prehistoric animals. The Arctodus could reach 3.5 meters in height when standing and weighed more than 1 metric ton. Like many other Pleistocene animals, the short-faced bear lost much of its food supply with the arrival of humans in the Americas. Thank you, Americans. Camarasaurus. This sea and ocean monster is an ancient and giant ancestor of modern squids and octopus. It lived in the Ordovician era, 470 to 460 million years ago, especially in the ocean. The most distinctive features of the mollusk were the huge cone-like shells and tentacles which it used to trap fish and other sea creatures for dinner. It weighed roughly 900 kilograms or 2,000 pounds and measured 6 to 12 meters or 20 to 40 feet. I bet you like this one. Give us a thumbs up below.
That's a big ass squid, boy.
Carbonemys. The Carbonemys is an extinct giant turtle that lived 60 million years ago, during the Paleocene age. This means that they survived the mass extinction that killed most of the dinosaurs. These turtles were carnivorous and had massive jaws, powerful enough to eat large animals like crocodiles. A fossil found in Colombia suggests that their shells measured nearly 1.72 meters. Their entire bodies were 3 meters long and weighed close to 453 kilograms.
Damn.
Megapiranha.
Oh,
you know piranhas, those nasty nightmarish creatures,
though, right?
Small but deadly? Well, did you know there existed a humongous, hungrier ancient relative to the piranha? Well, they weighed 20 to 30 pounds compared to the 2-pound piranhas we have today. They were native to South America between 10 and 6 million years ago. The megapiranha fed off the gigantic creatures such as snakes or crocodiles of its era.
He said megapiranha.
Phorusrhacidae. Most birds that do not fly, like the ostrich or the penguin, are somewhat respectful and harmless to humans. However, Phorusrhacidae is also known as terror bird. Could not yet fly, yet were carnivorous birdies. They were one of the largest predators in South America during the Cenozoic period, some 62 million years ago. In addition, they could measure up to 3 meters in height and weigh up to 500 kilograms. Their diet consisted of mammals and marsupials that are now also extinct. Pick a struggle, birdie.
Biggest struggle.
Helicoprion. This strange animal was also a bizarre creature and went extinct some 225 million years ago. Like modern-day sharks, Helicoprion had cartilaginous bones rather than calcified ones. So the only traces it left in the fossil records were weird, whorl-like spirals of teeth that looked quite unlike anything sharks sport today. When Helicoprion bit down on prey, the whorled tooth would have stabbed backwards like an earth mover, slicing and dicing the meal towards its throat. Think of it as a food processor with a direct route to the animal's throat.
He missed half his food because he's slicing in half.
Dreadnoughtus. This is the largest dinosaur whose size can be calculated reliably. A very complete fossil of this sauropod was unearthed in 2009. Dreadnoughtus was known for rock deposits of southern Patagonia, Argentina, and dates 77 million years ago. While alive, the Dreadnoughtus was 26 meters long and weighed 65 tons. Researchers observed the large Dreadnoughtus dinosaur fossil has a few tooth marks on its vertebrae, likely from a meat-eating scavenger that probably sent it to extinction.
People are nibbling
Quetzalcoatlus.
Not people, but animals.
Quetzalcoatlus was the largest creature ever to fly the prehistoric skies. However, due to poor fossil records, we don't know exactly how big it was, but there is an estimate of it having a wingspan of 35 feet. Of course, when it comes to weight, it's even harder to measure. Scientists estimated it weighed 450 to 550 pounds. It stood at 10 feet and lived in North America around 60 million years ago. Imagine stuffing a bird the size of a giraffe for Thanksgiving. Fortunately, these creatures are extinct, so we move on.
That's a big ass bird.
Edestus. One look at this creature is enough to tell you why it's part of this list. Although its exact form is still up for debate, we know it didn't shed teeth, but grew new teeth and gums at the back of its mouth. This pushed the older teeth and gums forward, creating some sort of curling in its jaw. It is said that the mouth looked like a monstrous pair of pickling shears. That would have left quite a mark on our heads. Anomalocaris. The name literally means abnormal shrimp, and that's exactly what the Anomalocaris is. Scientific research tells us this creature was a predator that preferred feeding on hard-bodied sea creatures. The Anomalocaris was known for its weird eyes that were equipped with 30,000 lenses. They are believed to be the most advanced eyes of any species of its time. That's both amazing and intimidating, especially if you are bespectacled. Meganeura. Meganeuras were huge dragonfly-like insects with wings that reached up to 66 centimeters. That's twice the length of an A4 pad. They were definitely one of the largest flying predatory insects in the world. The ultimate fact is, they lived during the Carboniferous period, some 300 million years ago. Their diet consisted mainly of other insects and small amphibians. Their eyes of the Meganeura were relatively large compared to body size. These mega insects had spines on the tibia and tarsi, which functioned as flying trap. Joseph Artigassi. Joseph Artigassi monesi, an ancient, extinct species of the South American cavimorph rodent, is the largest known of its kind. The big rat lived from 2 to 4 million years ago during the Pliocene to early Pleistocene age. These massive rodents resembled gigantic capybaras. They were the size of cows with an estimated weight of 1 ton. Can you imagine a bunch of killer rats roaming around 10 feet long with another 5 feet of tail? They might have been herbivorous, but their foot-long incisors would have packed such a strong bite you would want to flee anyway. Is that Joe or Joseph Artigassi monesi in your backyard? Arthropleura. This wild animal was the largest species of invertebrate of its time. It lived 340 to 280 million years ago, from the lower Carboniferous period to the lower Permian period, in today's North America. Despite its massive 2-meter frame, the Arthropleura was not a carnivorous predator, but herbivore. I'm talking about a worm. Indeed, a potential subject for a thriller Reddit story. Fossilized footprints from Arthropleura have been found in many places. They appear as long, parallel rows of small prints, which show that it moved quickly across the forest floor, swerving to avoid obstacles such as trees and rocks.
Got about 40 legs.
Megalania. These are the distinct relatives of the Komodo dragons. They weighed more than 1,300 pounds and grew 18 feet long. They disappeared around 50,000 years ago. The Megalania fed mostly on medium to large-sized animals, including giant marsupials, fellow reptiles, small mammals, as well as birds, their eggs, and chicks. Mean. Very mean. Hallucigenia. This species looks like it's straight out of a nightmare, doesn't it? It's an extremely bizarre creature with a head that didn't even include a nose, eyes, or ears. Instead, it had 7 pierced-tip tentacles on each side of its strange body, and then 3 pairs of tentacles behind those. After 50 years, scientists discovered a fossil head of the insane Hallucigenia worm. Good luck catching sleep tonight with this creature on your mind. Gigantopithecus. Moving a little closer to home, the Gigantopithecus were huge and powerful apes that roamed across Asia as recently as 100,000 years ago. They were the largest known apes ever to have lived and stood up to 9.8 feet tall. They weighed up to 540 kilograms and were roughly 7 times as heavy as the modern orangutan. Fortunately, unless you were a piece of fruit or bamboo, you would have been safe with these massive apes. Although they were strictly vegan, seeing one emerge from the bushes must have been quite a fright for our great-grandfolks. Give a thumbs up to this big boy in the comments section. Leviathan melvillier. It is related to modern-day sperm whales, like the legendary Moby Dick, and lived during the Miocene epoch period. It was 44 to 57 feet long and had a 10-foot-long skull that housed 40 14.5-inch long teeth. These were the longest teeth used for feeding known from any animal. It fed on large prey at the surface of the water, including other whales. This whale likely became so large because it was only competing directly with the Megalodon at the table.
Wow. So
GIGANTOPITHECUS. These 8-foot-long arthropods lived in the water and had a pincher claws. Frankly, all of these eurypterids are scary as hell, and this entire post could be exclusively about how terrifying these things look. Many of them look eerily similar to the face huggers from Alien. They are fuel for a nightmare. GIGANTOPITHECUS has segmented bodies with multiple specialized limbs, some with spikes. They had spring-loaded claws to snatch up fish as they passed by, with the largest GIGANTOPITHECUS having an 18-inch spiked claw. SARCOSUCHUS. Modern-day crocs are scary. Crocodiles of the prehistoric era were absolutely terrifying. This specific creature had 132 conical teeth that have been compared to railroad spikes. Unlike many carnivores who have narrow teeth that are made for slashing, Sarcosuchus' teeth were designed to grip its prey. While the Sarcosuchus wasn't flexible, it was covered with a bony armor that helped protect it from enemies. It was on minimum 40 feet long and lived nearly 110 million years ago. Penacopterus.
Is it fast like a
This extinct creature was a huge sea scorpion that scuttled through the water in search of food. Penacopterus had a very long head that was shielded by an exoskeleton. To capture its prey, the large scorpion had multiple giant pinchers that allowed it to reach out and snag whatever it craved. If you can imagine a giant crawdad, that's kind of what the creature looked like. Its length was a minimum of 6 feet, and it lived 467 million years ago. Irish elk. Okay, no laughing. The Irish elk became extinct when their antlers became so large that the animals could no longer hold their heads up. Some Irish elk would also get entangled in the trees and starve. A more modern explanation of the function of the suicidal antlers is that they were used for displays of prowess, as they are in the present-day deer. The most recent remains of the species have been carbon dated 7,700 years ago in western Russia. The Irish elk went from young to stupid to extinct. Troodon. It was a meat-eater that lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period, 74 to 65 million years ago. It was one of the dinosaurs that died out in the Cretaceous-Tertiary extinction. A small but highly intelligent carnivore, and among the first dinosaurs discovered in North America, Troodon possessed a deadly venomous bite, which it used to subdue its prey. I'm really glad for time. It makes some freaks extinct.
So that's even worse than just being sharp.
THERIZINOSAURUS. This is a genus of very large therizinosaurid that lived in Asia during the late Cretaceous period. That is what is now known as the Nutmeg Formation. The first remains of Therizinosaurus were found in 1948 by a Mongolian field expedition at the Gobi Desert. When tamed, its primary use was to tickle enemies. Tickling enemies immobilized them for 20 seconds due to hysterical laughter, then they were killed. That was 70 million years ago. Today's predators have lost their sense of humor and go straight for the jugular. We've survived giant and dangerous rats, worms, fish, and apes. Let's see what the top 5 are packing. SMILODON. Native to the North and South America, the Smilodon, ironically, had nothing to do with smiles, except that it always showed teeth. This is the best-known ancestor of a saber-toothed tiger, a strong predator with well-developed, long and sharp canines. Some of the largest species could weigh up to 900 pounds, and that's not something you could fit on a selfie. Megalodon. The megalodon is a massive prehistoric ocean animal that lived between 2 and 1.5 million years ago during the early Miocene into the Pleistocene era. Its name means big tooth, and you can imagine why. Thanks to its incredible size of up to 18 meters, it is considered one of the largest and most powerful predators that ever existed on Earth. It could weigh up to 65 metric tons, look like a giant, more terrifying version of the modern great white shark, and could be found worldwide.
Is that thing real?
Thule monstrum.
That was a myth.
Colloquially known as the Thule monster, this extinct animal is genus of soft-bodied bilateral. They lived in shallow tropical coastal waters of muddy estuaries during the Pennsylvanian geological period, about 300 million years ago. Only a single species, T. gregarium, is known. The Thule monster was originally discovered in the 1950s by a fossil collector named Francis Thule. Ever since its discovery, scientists have puzzled over which group of modern animals Thule belongs to. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Well, this last one will get you freaking at some of the toys you see around. Titanoboa. But first, do us a favor. Click that like button to inspire us. Subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell and you won't miss any interesting videos. Done then? Let's go. Currently, the largest snake on Earth is the green anaconda, with a length of 6 to 9 meters and 180 to 150 kilograms in weight. However, 58 million years ago, during the Paleocene age, the now extinct Titanoboa roamed the Earth. It was the largest and heaviest snake of its time. Researchers estimate that the Titanoboa could measure up to 12 meters in length and weigh approximately 1.1 metric tons. Their diet generally consisted of crocodiles and turtles. Bon appetit, Titanic boa. Andrewsarchus. These scary animals lived during the Eocene epoch age, 45 to 36 million years ago. They were giant carnivorous mammals at 1.8 meters in height and 3.6 meters in length. They had a complete set of placental dental formula that comprised 3 incisors, 1 canine, 4 premolars, and 3 molars in each side of its jaws, meaning they were edentlodonts. According to paleontologists, the animal could have weighed up to 1.8 metric tons, making them the largest predators among the mammals on land.
Yo, my question for you, do you guys think that this is real? Do you guys believe that any of these animals are real? I know I've heard about the megalodon. I thought it was a myth. But was that real, or was that really a myth? At first, some of it seemed believable. Until they started talking about the dinosaur that had like I guess the hands that tick you to death until you start laughing and it basically bites you as a distraction. That's what threw me off. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Give your boy a thumbs up, like, share, and comment. Remember, you just never know what I'm going to upload. Peace out.